In today's video, we're talking confidence. Welcome to the video, guys. My name is Tyler, also known as the Fit Chemist, and I help people take control of their fitness and nutrition habits so that ultimately we can lead healthier and happier lives. So if you are new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and turning the notification bells on. And if you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that you are here. In today's video, I want to talk about building confidence. So I'm going to give you guys 3 easy steps on how to do that, instantly become more confident. But before I do that, I do want to give a shout out to David, or How to Beast on YouTube, because honestly, his YouTube channel transformed my life. I came across it last summer, and since then, I've just been building my own confidence ever since. So I'm hoping that I can sort of translate some of those into my own tips, share them with you so that you guys can also become confident. Tip number 1 is going to be become someone that is high value. And there's 2 sort of aspects to that, right? There's the physical aspect of that, and there's also the mental aspect of that. So in terms of physical, you should be taking care of your fitness. It's 2020, I don't care what excuse you have at this point. You should be doing something to take care of your physical fitness. Doesn't necessarily have to be lifting, although, adding some muscle to your frame definitely does help the confidence levels. And once you start adding some muscle to your frame, start dressing well, right? Buy t-shirts like this that fit you very nicely. It shows off the definition. Buy pants that fit your quads nicely. You shouldn't be out there wearing an XL t-shirt and super baggy sweatpants and looking like the Michelin Man, because when you're walking around, that's just not gonna build your confidence. Something else that you should do too is get a nice haircut. So this haircut is about a week old. Show you guys the nice fade there. Get the other side as well. So shout out to Tiz the Barber at Louis over on BU's East Campus. If you're in the Boston area, go ahead and check him out, because he will have you looking super fresh. But honestly, you should get a haircut every like 3 to 4 weeks. Because if you look at the beginning of my YouTube channel, when I didn't get a haircut in quarantine, I had a mop on my head and I looked like an idiot. Honestly, I did. So working on your physical fitness, dressing well, and getting a nice haircut are all things that are going to increase your confidence on the physical side of things, but you also got to work on that inner game. So part of that is working on your confidence, but it's also being someone who's passionate and working towards their goals and trying to achieve something in life. So think about talking to a stranger and then telling them what you do after work. So are you someone that comes home and you'll binge watch Netflix for 2 or 3 hours, or do you come home and work on your goals and try to get better every day, and it's gonna put you in a better position? I'm willing to bet that if you do the latter, that it's gonna make you feel a lot better, because you're working towards your goals. You're trying to become a better person each and every day, rather than just wasting a bunch of hours each day that you're never gonna get back on your life. At the beginning of quarantine, I had to make that decision. I could have sat around and watched a bunch of Netflix or played video games, or I could have done something to better myself, and I'm so glad that I did the latter. I started working on my website, I revamped that, I started this YouTube channel, I learned about video editing, and now here I am filming this video. So once you start becoming a high value person, this is gonna bring me to tip number 2, which is don't oversell yourself. When you're meeting someone, I don't care if it's a new friend or some girl that you approached on the street, you shouldn't immediately disclose everything that's interesting about you, because once you do that, there's nothing else for them to find out about you, and it also seems like you're coming off as low value because you're trying to sell yourself and seem cool to that person. So the reason that I bring this up is because there's been times where I've met someone at the gym and they feel the need to immediately tell me what their bench PR is, or like how many dates they went on the last weekend and things like that. And it's just like, unless I ask you for that information, I don't feel like you need to share that with me. Like, I'm not necessarily interested in knowing that. And it just seems like you're trying to impress me, or like, I don't know, it comes off as really low value. So a tip that I have is, whatever you're most proud of, maybe 1 or 2 things, don't share that with anyone unless they specifically ask you about it, because that's gonna make you seem so much more confident and calm and collected that when they do find that out about you, it's just gonna make you seem even more high value than you really are. So a prime example of this is that there's another grad student that I've been going to the gym at the same time as. He's in the science department. I think we've known each other for about 1.5 years now, and it wasn't until a week ago that he found out that I run my own personal training business, I have my own website, I run a YouTube channel, all of those things. And to me, that just comes off as way more confident, because when we met, and as long as we've been friends, I haven't just like disclosed that information to him, because I don't feel the need to try and impress him or like come off as someone who needs to be high value to him. So whenever you meet someone from now on, telling you, sit on those secrets, share some things that are interesting about you and make them want to know more about you, but don't just sell every single thing and tell them every little detail about your life, because if they get to know you more over the long haul, you're gonna be a way more interesting person and you're gonna come off as super confident. So use that tip moving forward, because I'm telling you, if you try to come off as high value and just oversell yourself at the beginning, people are gonna smell that from a mile away. They're gonna realize that you're being fake and that you're not actually someone that is high value. So stop doing that. So tip number 3, which is something that I stressed in my fear of vlogging video, is you have to get outside of your comfort zone, guys. So I want you to think of confidence as a rubber band, but for this case, it's a rubber band that can stretch indefinitely. It's never gonna break. Each time that you go out and you do something that builds your confidence a little bit, you're gonna stretch that rubber band out and build that confidence value more and more each time that you do something. But something that I also want you to realize is that when you stop doing things to build your confidence and you're not working on those skills, that rubber band is gonna wanna retract and go back to its resting state, right? And it's the same thing with your confidence. If you're not going out there and vlogging in public, if you're not going out there and doing things to help you build that confidence, you're just gonna retreat back into your comfort zone, because that's where people are comfortable. If you get outside of your comfort zone, that's where the growth is gonna happen, and that's what's gonna make you the most confident at the end of the day. It's not something that's static, and you can't just like go out and do something and say, oh, well, I have that confidence now. Like, I went out and I vlogged in North End, and right now I'm walking down the street where there's barely any people, and yeah, I'm more confident than I was before, but it's not like I just did that and all of a sudden I'm the most confident person in the world and I can just vlog wherever I want. Like, I still have that feeling of uneasiness in my stomach sometimes, and it's something that I have to keep working on. So something that has really helped me with this area is I asked myself the question, am I going to regret not doing this? So whatever that might be, let's say I'm walking down the street and I see a cute girl, I'll ask myself, am I gonna regret not saying something? And if the answer to that is yes, then even if I'm uncomfortable, I force myself to go and do that. Same thing if I'm vlogging in public. If I ask myself, am I gonna regret not getting this shot just because there's people around? And the answer to that is yes. You just have to push through that and do that anyways. So the next time that you find yourself in that position, just ask yourself, am I gonna regret not doing this? And if the answer is yes, just force yourself to do it. I'm telling you, each time you do one of those things, it makes you feel so much better about yourself, and it motivates you to keep doing more things to build your confidence. Whereas if you make up some excuse in your head, that's just you coming back to your comfort zone, and you're just gonna keep telling yourself excuses and not building that confidence. So seriously, ask yourself that question. If you're uncomfortable, just push through. I'm telling you, everybody feels like that. Nobody is born with an insane level of confidence, but they just go out and they do things in small steps to become more and more confident, and they let that motivate them to keep building their confidence. So don't go back into your comfort zone. I'm telling you, it's way more fun on the other side. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe, turn those notification bells on, because I post new videos every single Friday. You do not want to miss when they go live. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.